Alright, good evening. It is time to play weeks 18 and 19 of the CFL 2025 project. So, this has been one of my favorite projects all year. I have absolutely enjoyed this in every phase. I have enjoyed, probably ironically, my fast play FFL version the most, ironically. I've used my games for most of these playthroughs. Started though with John Turnbull's DTF. I had those. I gave him my observations and projections, and he made my custom set of CFL. And then made the transition to something that I could control because I think my original projections were a little off, so I wanted to get it a little closer to I could. And then played that for quite some time, and then made the transition after the league had actually gotten to, I think, the 10th week, 11th week, and decided to then rate the teams with the data that was actually available more accurately. And I've had a blast playing the FFL. So this is week 18. 13-1 Saskatchewan travels to face 4-10 Ottawa. Saskatchewan's coached by Corey Mace, Trevor Harris, Olouette, Stevens are the backs, Johnson, Myers, Emulus, and Robustelli are the main receivers, and Lothar is the place kicker. The Ottawa Red Blacks, who started very poorly in my league, I think they were 1-6, something like that, and Ottawa's been able to, I would say, in the last 7 weeks, been fairly, they've been able to salvage some pride. Coached by Bob Dice, Brown at quarterback, Stanback, running back, Hardy, Lewis, Pimpleton, and Addison are the chief receivers, and Ward is the place kicker. And again, these items don't affect this play, but I use them when I play other versions of the games. Saskatchewan with an 8 defense. We're going to roll to see if there's any injuries coming into this game. They do not have. Ottawa, do they have any injuries? They don't have any injuries. So Saskatchewan is going to have 8 dice. And let's get it done. Ottawa is a +2 defense, so this is going to be pretty high scoring, I think, for Saskatchewan. We're going to get 10, 26 +2, 28. So not as high scoring as I thought. 28 points. Ottawa is going to be rolling 7 dice. And a -6 against Saskatchewan's defense. Ooh, wait a minute. This could be interesting. We've got 10. Let's see here. 22, 23, 24, 25. -6 is 19. There it is. 14-1 Saskatchewan. 4-11 Ottawa. Holy cow, folks. Another great game. Let's set them there. Let's move these over. And let's bring up the next game. The next game is 10 oh, this is the game of the week right here. 10-5 Hamilton at the 10-5 Toronto Argonauts. So this is outstanding. These two teams, Toronto started on fire, then kind of dipped, and they've kind of stabilized. Hamilton has been kind of, they win one, lose one, win one, and then started a winning streak, and are looking fantastic. Hamilton here on the road, coached by Scott Milanovich, Bo Mitchell and Augustine. Bo Mitchell is the quarterback, Augustine and Bell the backs. White, Lawler, Smith, and Bridges the chief receivers, and Leggio is the main place kicker. We are at the BMO Field in Toronto. Coach Ryan Dinwiddie. Arbuckle at quarterback. LeBourne and McMahon are the backs. Mattel, Coxey, Brissett, and Unger are the chief receivers, and Harulahu, wow, I always mess that up, is the place kicker. So let's see what happens. Toronto, do they have any injuries? They do not. Does Toronto? They do not. So this is interesting. We got 9 dice for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. So they come in here, one of the top offenses in the league. Holy cow. 5, 10, 15, 20, 28, 34. +5, 39 as Toronto gives up a bunch of points. But Toronto uses 9 dice. but they're going to face Hamilton's +0 defense, so they're not going to get any help from Hamilton. So they're going to have to light it up. That is 10, 20, 29, 30, 31, 32, 39. Hamilton's going to pull it out in the game of the week. 11-5 is Hamilton, and 10-6. Toronto drops behind Hamilton. Unbelievable. Fantastic game, and I knew it would be. 10-5, both of them looking good. It turns out Toronto's defense just can't stop them. Next up, we got Calgary Stampeders, 8-6. They started out 1-5 in my league. I was able to, again, adjust the ratings for my games and kind of get them closer to what they were doing in real life, and they have started winning, but unfortunately started too late with the adjustments to Calgary. So anyway, they are 8-6 though, and they are far from out of the playoff hunt, and they're facing 5-10, the BC Lions. And so let's find out if Calgary has any injuries. They do not. BC does not. Okay, so Calgary's going to get 8 dice. And they get to see a +3 addition as the BC Lions give up a little extra. Okay, it's going to be 5, 10, 15, 24, 26, 27, +3, 30. Calgary scores 30. And BC gets 8 dice. And Calgary, though, with the best defense in the league, -7. Oh, no, -7 right here. So it's going to be 11, 14, 18, 21, 22, 23. 7 points was the difference between these two. Calgary goes to 9-6. BC falls to 5-11. Holy cow, that is week 18, folks. We're going to keep playing. Oh, by the way, whoops, got going faster. Calgary, coached by Dave Dickinson. Their quarterback is Adams. Mills and Vaughn are the backs. Philpott, Rhymes, Jones, and Brooks are the chief receivers, and Paredes is the place kicker, and they won this game 30-23. BC's Buck Pierce is the coach at BC Place. Rourke is their quarterback. Butler, one of my favorite backs right now in the league. I try to watch all the highlights, and I've seen this guy have some great highlights. So Butler's fantastic. Hatcher, Katoy, McGinnis, and Berryhill are the chief receivers, and White is their chief place kicker. And we are going to go on to play week 19. I'm trying to play 2 weeks, and then next week I'll play 2021, and then that'll set us up for the playoff off-season. I mean the playoffs. Toronto here is 10-6, coming in to face Saskatchewan, who is 14-1. Is there an injury here for Toronto? Yes. Oh, Toronto's going to be down a die, so we're going to have their quarterback injured. Wow, that means Toronto's quarterback, Arbuckle, is out. Saskatchewan, are they suffering an injury? No, they are not. So that's going to be a kicker for Toronto at Saskatchewan right here, folks. Let's put all these here. We got Winnipeg and company here. All right, so let's find out what's going to happen here. Toronto has 9 dice. They did lose a die for injury. And -6. Saskatchewan's defense is brilliant. It's going to be -6. We're going to take one of these away. It's going to be 10, 15, 17, 18, 19 for Toronto. Woo! Not good. Saskatchewan goes to work with 8 dice, +5. So it's going to be 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Saskatchewan wins 34-19. They're going to be 15-1, and Toronto falls to 10-7. So Toronto's lost back-to-back weeks as this defense has betrayed them 2 weeks in a row. However, 19, it would have still been 29-19. They were not a match for Saskatchewan in week 2. Calgary comes in here 9-6 to face Hamilton. Hamilton won. They are 11-5. So we got another good game for Hamilton. Winnipeg comes in here. Where's last week's schedule? Winnipeg is 9-6 against Edmonton, who has had a very tough year. They're 3-12. Sad. And Ottawa, who dropped one up here, 4-11 on the road to face Montreal. Montreal is also 4-11. Montreal's had a rough season as well. All right, so let's go ahead and see if there's any injuries among these teams. So Calgary, any injuries? No. Hamilton have an injury? No. Okay. Winnipeg with an injury? No. Edmonton with an injury? No. Ottawa? No. Good. And Montreal? No. How about that? Everybody's healthy outside of Toronto, and it cost them. All right, so let's take a look at Calgary here. Calgary at Hamilton. There we go. Calgary at Hamilton. Calgary gets 8 dice, and they get a +0 added to this. So Calgary's really got to execute. Wow, I will say they did. Look at that. 10, 20, 33. No modifiers. Calgary puts up 33 points. Hamilton is going to get 9 dice, but the Stampeders take 7 off the board. So we're going to pull 7 out of here if I have it. Well, we'll just count it off. 10, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24, 26 minus 7 is 19. Calgary's now 10-6. Wait a second. Calgary's? Yeah, 10-6. And Hamilton, holy cow, dropped to 11-6. As Calgary's defense, the best in the league right now at -7, gets the job done on the road. All right, Winnipeg at 9-6. Let's take a look at Winnipeg's team too. Edmonton. These two teams I have not introduced yet. So let's take a look at Winnipeg. Winnipeg, coached by Mike O'Shea. Caleros or Strevler, maybe a quarterback here. Peterson and Oliveira, Oliveria, I believe is what it is their backs. Dimsky, Wheatfall, Stearns, and Clercius. Castillo is their place kicker. And the Edmonton Elks with Mark Killam at coach. Ford is their quarterback. Rankin and Leak are the backs. Dunbar, Gittins, Julian, Grant, and Mathis are the receivers. And Blanchard is the place kicker. All right. So here we go. We've already checked injuries. Winnipeg gets 8 dice. And no help from the Edmonton defense. Edmonton's problem really has just been they're not able to score enough points. Let's see here. 10, 16, 21, 25, 28, 30. No modifier. So Winnipeg might get back on the winning track here. Edmonton, unfortunately, has only 7 dice and no modifier for the Blue Bombers defense. So if they can, oh, what great execution. I think they're going to win this. 10, 28, 32. They do. Edmonton gets their 4th victory of the year with a 2-point advantage. 9-7. The Blue Bombers, what's going on? 4-12. Hallelujah. Good job, Elks. So that was 7 dice. They just executed brilliantly. And last but not least are the Ottawa, 4-11 Ottawa against 4-11 Montreal. Your guess is as good as mine here, folks. Alouettes actually have a really good defense, but they cannot. They're the worst offense in the league right now. So Ottawa is going to get 7 dice with a -2 here. We're going to take one of the 2s out. So it's going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19 points for Ottawa. Thanks to that -2. And the Alouettes get 6 dice, but a +2 defense. So they're going to score here 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. What? Oh my God, and my game does not have a tie, so we have to do it this way, 19, 19. So we're going to basically play it again. So I scratch it out, we do it again. I don't have overtime rules. So this time we'll start with the Alouettes. So we'll change it up. So we got to play it a second time. The Alouettes, 10, 19, +2, 21. This time the Alouettes score 21. Holy cow, and 7 dice for the Ottawa. Wait a second. Whoops, I didn't roll enough dice for the Ottawa. Let me do Ottawa over. I did not roll enough dice. Sorry. All right, not Ottawa, Montreal, excuse me, 12, 10, 21, 22, 23, 24, plus 2. Ottawa, gee, I'm rolling for Montreal, am I not? Okay, 6, my fault. So what the hell, 10, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So 26 for Montreal. I got to roll Ottawa now. And Ottawa's going to get 10, 17, 18, minus 2, 16. Ottawa's going to fall to 4 and 12. Montreal is 5 and 11. Outstanding, folks. So there it is. Weeks 18 and 19 in my CFL 2025 project. Trying to play along with the real CFL this year. We have 2 weeks left. We have week 20. It's going to be epic. Saskatchewan and Winnipeg. I just don't know if Winnipeg's going to be able to overcome Saskatchewan. Man, is so close to being 17-1 on the season. That would be so cool. Edmonton, who's won, got off the schneid in a big way, upsetting Winnipeg. They have BC next week. Montreal and Ottawa play each other a second time here, so they're going to switch home and away, and we'll play again. And then Toronto and Calgary. Calgary, of course, 10 and 6. Toronto, 10 and 7. That's going to be interesting. So, and then I'll wrap up week 21. So next week I'll play these two, and then we'll be setting up the East semifinal and the West semifinal games. And then we'll have the East final, the West final, then the Grey Cup number 112. Outstanding. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.